Welcome, boys and girls. This is news from the devil. Okay? This is from the devil in hell, from the belly of the dragon. Damn this hell. I'm a big Newt Gingrich supporter. If you like me, vote for him. I will take the country down to the gates of hell in a handbasket, like George Bush did. And we'll have thousands and thousands of terrorists over here because of our stupid foreign policy based on ignorance. What is it? Public opinion is the basis of our foreign policy, and public opinion is private laziness. Today I want to talk about two friends of mine. These are war criminals. Dear friends of mine. Both W. Bush and Barack Obama are war criminals with respect to the Geneva Conventions for using unmanned drones to kill people without a fair trial by an impartial jury. Even some of the Nazi war criminals of World War II responsible for the Holocaust were given a fair trial at Nuremberg. I say some because the stupid Dulles brothers hired 4,000 Nazis to work for the CIA later, but misled us into the Cold War. It started the Cold War. And got the Israelis over here, which got the Arabs mad at us. But we need and want a government non-sub homine sed sub deo et lege. This is written in capital letters on the Harvard Law School library. Means not under one man. We want a government not under a despot, but under God and law. The voice of the people is the voice of God. That's the educated people that know the evils of tyranny, not the super ego in the sky. Anyway, also this so-called collateral damage, killing accidentally on purpose innocent civilians, is a war crime. NATO is guilty of this, and the U.S. Without a trial, we do not really know who is innocent and who is not. Also, this is no small point. In Buddhism, all killing is wrong. It's unethical to lie, to sell weapons and intoxicants. Hell, people, if you like killing, you'll love hell, because the commandment says thou shalt not kill, and the church says if you kill somebody, you're going to hell. It's a black mark, indelible mark on your soul. Although I'm the devil and don't believe in a permanent soul, you do have a body, and you will suffer, what is the saying, the wages of sin is death. A violent man will die a violent death. Those who love war and the wicked whose feet run to blood, those people will fall in the pit they dig for the innocent. It's unethical to lie, to sell weapons and intoxicants in Buddhism. The U.S. is the number one arms supplier on earth. We're also the number one exporter of torture equipment, according to Amnesty International. NATO is also killing children accidentally. The Afghanis have said if you do that again, they're going to throw us out of there, and they've been doing it. They talk about Sarkozy, or whatever his name is. First thing we did was accidentally kill 29 of his best friends, or drop a bomb on 27 or 29 of his friends. No wonder there's nobody over there to run the government. And NATO should be dismantled as obsolete. America needs no permanent military alliances, especially the European powers. Washington said this in his farewell address. He's one of the founding fathers that Ron Paul's talking about. George Washington, our first commander-in-chief who beat the British Empire, said in his farewell address that we should not favor or disfavor any nation, should not be blockading Iran or Cuba, Venezuela, or Russia. But why? Because we really do not know who our real friends and real enemies are. Actually, Putin is more honest than Hannity, and Hannity doesn't have a clue that the Israelis are over here eating our lunch, spying and blackmailing us to support their wars over there. Washington believed we should mind our own business. If we had minded our own business, we would never have gone into Iraq and not seek out foreign entanglements. Famous saying in Buddhism is don't seek out entanglements like they're real things. Life is like a dream, folks. We've made it into a nightmare. The Christians, by assuming or presuming the world is evil and ugly, have made the world evil and ugly. By the way, nobody lives forever, and like Woody Allen says, their philosophy is die now, pay later, or live now, pay later. Anyway, Washington did not believe America should form any permanent military alliances, especially with European powers. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, was the first permanent military alliance created in 1949 after World War II. NATO did not exist during World War II. It did not help us win World War II. Let me say that again. NATO didn't exist during World War II. It had nothing to do with winning World War II. There was no NATO in World War II. Okay, it's not what got us through beating the Germans. The Russian army with 3 million men invaded Nazi Germany under Stalin, and 38,000 tanks and 35,000 planes. They beat the Nazis, and then we turned around and blockaded them and stabbed them in the back with the Nazis working for us and General Galen. So what was NATO for? Eisenhower said it was to contain the Soviet Union with nuclear weapons using our B-52s. Soviets couldn't afford a B-52 force, so they used ICBMs. That's why there was a missile gap, and Kennedy ran against Nixon. Nixon, who was a big Nazi-loving SOB, used Nazis to campaign. He didn't know there was a missile gap, and Kennedy was just as anti-communist as Nixon, but he wasn't using Nazis to campaign. So President Eisenhower didn't know we had them over here working for us, over there, sabotaging, starting a famine inside the Soviet Union. And he had said not to talk to the Nazis. He did not ever want a conventional land war with China or Russia. Note, Eisenhower got us out of Korea. NATO was created in reality to destroy the Soviet Union. It was run by Nazi General Reinhard Gehlen, who had lied to start the Cold War, telling us the USSR had 175 divisions battle ready to take over Europe. And the U.S. bombed the U.S. and the U.K. The USSR did not have 175 battle-ready divisions, and it was a lie. But the Soviet Union was devastated by the Nazis. Hitler's plan was to create a famine inside the USSR and starve 40 million people to death and enslave the rest.